Hey guys, hello everyone and welcome to the channel. So we are resuming our general aptitude series, and because the exam is near and general aptitude part is seriously important, so I just thought of including some important topics which are asked in CSIR net exam, and I'll be taking topic wise classes here. I'll be uploading it quite often, so make sure you subscribe to the channel for that. And yeah, so we'll be having topic wise questions. I'll be explaining you the concept behind, and I'll also explain you the basic formula required to solve such questions, and then we will take practice questions. And by the way, I just want to inform you that we already have launched a course on our All About Chemistry app and also on our All About Chemistry website. The link is there in the description of this video. You can reach out over there. The price for aptitude course is kept very minimal. It's just rupees 350, so that you can get access to a lot more questions. So here I'm going to take few questions from there, but over there, like on our app and on our course, you will be getting a lot many questions. And if you watch these videos and if you join those courses, probably that is going to be a very good combination for your preparation. All right, so having said that, let's start with our today's video, which is on probability. Okay, so we'll be talking about probability today. So from probability, basically the concept behind probability is that what is the chances of a particular event. Okay, now in the question they can ask you about various different types of events. I'll discuss some general ones of them, but the basic idea or the basic formula is very simple: probability of any event. Okay, p event means probability of any event. This is always equals to number of favorable outcomes. Favorable outcomes means the outcomes which you are trying to find out the probability for. Okay, and divided by the number of total outcomes. Okay, total outcomes. Now the thing is that the number of total outcomes and the number of favorable outcomes are going to differ in every cases, like depending upon what is being asked in the exam. So for example, there are some basic types of events which are discussed in exam. One is like coin related. Okay, the other one is dice related, right? Then you have card related question. Then you have like balls or marbles related questions. Okay, which where you have color code of them. Okay, colored balls or colored marbles related question. Then you also have area related question. Okay, and then you have some miscellaneous question basically. Okay, so these are general types of questions which are asked from probability. We'll go and try to understand one by one all of them. Okay, so first let's talk about coin related questions. Okay, let's talk about coin related questions. So you know any coin which like you might have seen already. So a coin has two like probabilities, or you can say two outcomes that can come. Either you are going to get a heads or you are going to get a tails. Okay, so heads is denoted by H and tails we are going to denote it by T. So if coin is flipped once, okay, if the coin is flipped once, that means you are just flipping the coin just one time. In that case, what are the total or what are the possibilities that either you are going to get heads or you are going to get tails? So that means the total number of probabilities or total number of outcomes, not probabilities, total number of outcomes are 2 here. Okay, so you have 2 outcomes in this case. But if the coin is flipped 2 times, if a coin is flipped 2 times, okay, so in that case, what are the possibilities what you can get? Either you are going to get heads in both the time, means first time heads, second time also head, or you can get the heads first time and tail on the second time, or you can get tails in the first time and heads on the second time, or you can get both the times tails. So in this case, if you write down the total number of outcomes, okay, total number of outcomes, so that is going to be 4. Okay, now let's say that if the coin is flipped 3 times, okay, if coin is flipped thrice or 3 times, okay, now in that case, what are the possibilities? Either you are going to get heads all the 3 times, or you are going to get heads for the first 2 times and then tails, or you are going to get first heads, then tails, and then heads, or you are going to get tails, heads, heads. So what I'm doing here to write down the possibilities, I'm just moving this tail over here. Okay, so first tails came in the last flip, then it came in the second flip, then it came in the first flip. So now all the possibilities with 2 heads and 1 tails is done. Okay, now the next thing is that you can have 1 heads and 2 tails. Now again you are going to have like you just have to write down the all the possibilities from here. Okay, THT, that means tails, heads, tails. Then you have tail, tails, and heads, and the last one is tail, tail, and tail. So if you write down the total number of outcomes, okay, total number of outcomes, so that is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's going to be 8. So in general, if I write down that if coin is tossed, okay, flipped or tossed, both are the same things. So if the coin is tossed n times, okay, n times, then total number of outcomes will be 2 to the power n. How did I got that? Because when the coin was flipped 2 times, you got 4, which was nothing but 2 to the power 2. When you flipped the coin 3 times, then you got 8, which is nothing but 2 to the power 3. So in the same way, if the coin is tossed n times, if it is tossed 4 times, total number of outcomes will be 2 to the power 4. If the coin is tossed 5 times, it will be 2 to the power 5. Okay, so in the same way, if let's say a random question is asked that a coin is tossed 10 times, then what will be the total number of outcomes, or what will be the total number of possibilities? So in that case, your answer will be 2 to the power 10. Okay, so this is the thing which you need to know from the coin. Like these are the possibilities and these are the things which you need to know. Now the question can be asked in various different ways. They can ask you that if a coin is flipped once, what is the probability of getting heads? Or if the coin is tossed twice, what is the probability of getting heads in both the coins? So let's just take a random question. Okay, so let's take a question. It says that a coin is tossed twice means 2 times. Find the probability of getting heads at least one time, or at least once. Okay, so to solve such question, you have to understand what is being asked. Okay, first of all, the coin is tossed two times. Okay, so total number of outcomes will be, it's easy to write them down. Okay, so total outcomes will be head, 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 tails, tail, head, and tail, tail. Now the question says that find the probability of getting heads at least one time. At least means minimum it should be one time. When somebody says that at least you should have this much, when somebody says that at least you should have 33 marks to qualify exam, so if somebody has got 34, he has also qualified. If somebody has got 35, he has also qualified. So at least means that is the minimum limit. Maximum you can have anything. In the same way, when it says that at least one time, so that means at least you should have heads for one time. Okay, in that outcome. But can we have more than one heads? Of course you can have that, because this is the minimum criteria which you have to follow. But more than one is also fine. Okay, because at least one is getting satisfied. But is this outcome going to be satisfied what is being asked? So answer is no, because here you are not getting heads anytime. Okay, so there is 0 times heads you are getting, both the times you are getting tails. So there is no head at least any one time. So that's why this is not going to be the answer. So now the probability is going to be favorable outcome. So what are the, okay, so let me first of all write down our favorable outcome. Okay, so our favorable outcome is going to be head, 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 tail, tail, head. Okay, so now if I have to write down the probability which is required in the question, that will be number of favorable outcome. So number of favorable outcome you have to write. Okay, favorable outcome divided by number of total outcomes If you write that down, so number of favorable outcome is 1, 2 and 3, so you write down 3, and total number of outcome is 1, 2, 3, 4, so your answer will be 3 upon 4. Okay, 3 upon 4, or if you want to write it down in decimal, so this will be 0.75. If you want to write it down in percentage, so just multiply this with 100, so this becomes 75%. So that in any three, these all three are answers. It depends upon that what options you are having or in which way they are asking this question. Okay, so in the same way you can have different ways of asking this question, but the basic idea will be same. This thing you need to know about flipping a coin or about tossing a coin. Okay, I'll be taking more questions at the end of this class, but let's take the next type of question, or the next type, which is dice. Okay, so let's talk about dice now. So a dice is something which you might have seen on the thumbnail also. Like this is a cube which has 6 faces. Okay, which has 6 faces, and each face has certain numbers on it. Okay, so it's a cube and it has like numbers like this, right? I think you have already seen dice is like this, something like this. Okay, so you have 6 faces on this. So again, when a dice is thrown once, okay, when so coins are tossed or flipped and dices are thrown. Okay, so dice is thrown once. Once means one time. Okay, one time. So what are the possibilities? So the possibilities are, you can either get 1, you can either get 2, you can either get 3, you can either get 4, or you can get 5, or you can get 6. Okay, so these are your, so total number of outcomes will be, total number of outcome will be 6, right? If the dice is thrown twice, okay, so when dice is thrown twice, that means 2 times. Okay, when the dice is thrown twice, then what are the possibilities? So you can get, first time you can get 1, and second time also 1, 1, 1 in both. That's like, once you have thrown the dice you got 1, again you throw the dice, again you got 1. Okay, that is one possibility. Or you can get 1 in the first time, and when you throw it second time you got 2 then. So 1, 2. Or you can get 1, 3, that means 1 on the first time, 3 on the second time. Or you can get 1, 4, that means 1 on the first time, 4 on the second time. Then 1, 5, that means 1 on the first time, 5 on the second time. And you can also get 1, 6, that means 1 on the first time, 6 on the second time. These are all the possibilities when in the first time you have got 1. It can also be possible, right, that in the first time when you have thrown it, you got 2. So 2 on the first time and 1 on the second time. 2 on the first time, 2 on the second time, 2 on the first time, 3 on the second time, 2 on the first time, 4 on the second time, 2 on the first time, 5 on the second time, and 2 on the first time, 6 on the second time. Similarly, you can get with 3 on the first time, 1 on the second time, 3 on the first time, 2 on the second time, 3 and 3 on both the times, 3 on the first time, 4 on the second time, 3 on the first time, 5 on the second time, and 3 on the first time, 6 on the second time. Then you can get with 4 on the first time, 1 on the second time, 4 on the first time, 2 on the second time, 4 on the first time, 3 on the second time, 4 on the first time, 4 on the second time, 4 on the first time, 5 on the second time, and 4 on the first time, 6 on the second time. Similarly, you can have with 5. I'll just quickly write it down, right? I think you got the point that what exactly I'm doing. Okay, so I'm just writing all the possibilities, 5, 6, and you can get 6 on the first time, then 6, 2, then you have 6, 3, then you have 6, 4, then you have 6, 5, then you have 6, 6. So these are all the possibilities that you can have. How many possibilities do you have now in this case? So total number of outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 multiplied, you get 36. Okay, so when you have thrown the dice once, you got 6 outcomes. When you have thrown the dice twice or 2 times, you got 36 outcomes. So just a general formula you can write down, that when the dice is thrown n number of times, n times, the total number of outcomes, will be 6 to the power n. Okay, so when you have thrown it once, it is 6 to the power 1, which is 6. When you have thrown it twice, so that is 6 to the power 2, which is 36. In the same way, if you throw the dice 3 times, that will be 6 to the power 3, and then that will be 216, right? Yeah, and then if you throw it for uh, 4 times, it will be 6 to the power 4, and so on. Like, that's how it will go. Okay, so this is about dice, and these are the outcomes related to it. We'll be doing questions. Let's take a random question based upon this. Let's take a question. Okay, let's say the question says that a dice is thrown 3 times or thrice. Okay, find the probability of getting 6 all the 3 times, or all the 3 times. Okay, that's the question, let's say. So if you have played the game of Ludo, if you throw the dice 3 times and if you get 2 6 and the third one is also 6, then that is nullified. Okay, that's what the rule says, or that's how people play this game. So basically that's what they are asking, that what is the probability that you are going to get all the 3 sixes, right? 6 6 6 in the 3 runs. So let's try to find it out. So to solve this question, first of all, I'll find out total number of outcomes. Okay, total number of outcomes. Now, of course, it is difficult to, in the previous case, we have written for all of them, but here it is very difficult, because for when the dice was just thrown 2 times, it was 36 times. So when the dice will be thrown 3 times, it will be 6 to the power 3. Okay, which will be 6 into 6 into 6. Okay, so if you do it, you will get 216. So 216 outcomes are there. 216 outcomes. It is very difficult to write all of them. So, but what is the favorable outcome? Say, favorable outcome means what do you need? It's just getting 6 6 6 all the 3 times. So in how many times you are going to get this? I mean, if you write down this, see, just get an idea from here. So when the dice was thrown 2 times, how many times you got all the time 6? So that was just once, right? You got 6 6. In the same way, when you will be throwing the dice for 3 times, there will be just one event when you will be getting 6 6 and 6. So if you want to write down number of favorable outcome, that is going to be just 1, because this is the only one event which is possible. And when you have to write down the probability related to this, so probability will be favorable outcome, number of favorable outcome divided by total number of outcomes. So 1 upon 216 should be your answer. All right, so this is how it should be done. We'll do more questions related to it, but let's understand the next type of question from probability. All right, so let's talk about cards now. Okay, so a deck means the whole card, has 52 total cards. Okay, so the deck of cards has total 52 cards. Okay, now these are all 52 cards which you can see right now on the screen. So there are different names for them. These ones are called as a spade. Okay, the symbol is for spade, this symbol. Then this is a diamond. Okay, this is diamond. This is called as heart. Okay, the symbol, just look upon symbol. So all these are heart, like cards of heart. These are the cards of diamonds. These are the card of spade, and this is the card of club. Okay, so this is how we have 4 types of card: spade, diamond, heart, and club. Out of 52, all 4 are having equal number of cards, so all of them are having 13 cards each. Okay, so 13 spade cards, 13 diamond cards, 13 heart cards, and 13 club cards. Okay, now out of these 4, you can yourself see that the 2 cards are red in color, like the 2 type of card, means diamond and heart, they are red in color. Okay, so these are red in color. Heart is also red in color. but spade and club are black in color. Okay, so these are black in color. So if I ask you total number of black cards, okay, so number of black cards, so they will be 13 spade and 13 club, so they will be 26. And in the same way, if I ask you number of red cards, so they will be 13 diamond and 13 heart, so they will be again 26. So there are 26 black cards and 26 red cards. Okay, now out of these cards are like this is called as ace. Okay, so all of them have one ace. So a spade has one ace, diamond has one ace, heart has one ace, and club has one ace. Then we have number cards like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. These are all number cards. So all of them have one, like one each. These cards are special. These are called as face cards. Okay, these are called as face cards. Okay, these are face cards. Why? Because there is pictures made in them. So this one is called as jack, this is queen, this is king. Okay, now you should know that how many cards of a particular type you have. So you have one like jack of spade, one queen of spade, one king of spade, but in total you have 3 face card in spade. In the same way you have 3 face card in diamond. In the same way you have 3 face cards in heart, and you have 3 face cards for club. In total, if somebody asks you that how many face cards are there, so 3 for each makes it 12 face cards. Okay, so you have total 12 face cards. But if somebody asks you that how many red face cards are there, okay, so red face cards will be 3 face cards of diamond and 3 face cards of heart. So red face cards, only red face cards, they are going to be 6. And in the same way, if somebody asks you how many black face cards you have, so 3 of spade and 3 of club. So black face card are again going to be 6. Okay, so from the cards you will generally get a question like what is the probability of getting a face card of spade, or something like that. Okay, something related to that. So we'll do some questions and then we will get to know over there. But yeah, for cards you don't have to worry much. This is the only thing which you have to do. Here you don't have to worry about like throwing a card twice or thrice. That does not happen. So this is about the cards. Okay, so it's pretty simple. If you have ever seen a deck of card, it would be much easier for you to understand. If you have never seen, now you have seen it on the screen. Okay, so you now know what are the cards and how they look, and what are the names given to them, and how they are asked in exam. Okay, the next type of question is based upon marbles or balls. Okay, so based upon balls, like colored balls or marbles. Now these type of questions are easiest ones. Why? Because the question will be something like this, that a bag contains 9 balls, out of which 4 are red and 5 are blue. Okay, so find the probability of getting red ball. Okay, or to be precise, the question will be something like this: if a ball is drawn at random, something like this they will write down. Okay, so if a ball is drawn at random, find the probability that it is red in color. Okay, so this is how they might ask you. It is very simple how to solve such questions. So first of all, you will write down the total number of outcomes. So total number of outcome, that is going to be 9, because you have total 9 balls. And then your favorable outcome is getting a red ball, right? So how many red balls are there? 4, right? That's the favorable outcome. Favorable outcome is 4. So probability will be very simple. This will be 4 upon 9, as easy as it is. Okay. So colored balls and marble questions are the easiest one which you will get in exam. Next type of question which we have is area related question. Okay, area related. So in this type of question, you need to know the formula or the area of certain figures, and if you know the formula, then it will be easy for you. The basic criteria is same: favorable outcome, total outcome. That's all you have to do. So the question, I can just give you example of this, that like a circle of radius 14 centimeter has a small circle of radius 7 centimeter inscribed inscribed in it. Okay, so find the and like if a dart is thrown at random, find the probability that it falls in inner circle, or let's make it a little challenging, it falls in outer circle, or let's make it like this: find the probability that it does not falls in inner circle. So what the question is saying, that you have a circle, okay, sorry, let's say you have a circle whose radius is, let's say, 14 centimeter, and then you have a circle inscribed in it. That means you have one more circle inside it whose radius is, let's say, 7 centimeter. Now the question says that you are throwing a dart. So what is the probability that it does not falls in this region? So where it should fall, the probability of it falling in this region is being asked. Okay, so that's the question. So now you have to write down, or you have to find out the solution of this. So how you are going to solve it? So first of all, your total area means this outer region will be total area. So your total outcome is basically area of outer circle, and to find out that formula, your formula is pi r square, right? So the formula is 22 upon 7, radius is 14, the square of 14 means 14 into 14, 7 2 times. So I'll just write down, I'm not multiplying it. Okay, so 22 into 2 into 14, that much is the area of the total area. Then your favorable outcome is basically area of or area, shaded area basically. Okay, this is shaded area. Shaded area is basically pi 14 square minus pi 7 square, means you are just subtracting the smaller area of the smaller circle from the area of bigger circle. So now you can just do the calculation: 22 upon 7 into 14 into 14 minus 22 upon 7 multiplied by 7 into 7. So this is cancelling it out. This is cancelling it out 2 times. So this is 22 into 2 into 14 minus 22 into 7. So your required area, or the required probability, okay, the probability which you have to find out is favorable outcome, which is 22 into 2 into 14 minus 22 into 7 divided by, you have 22 into 2 into 14. Okay, so this is what you have to solve. So from the numerator you can take 22 common, and you can take 7 common from the numerator. So from here 22 is already taken, 2 is going to remain, and if 7 is taken from here, so only 2 is going to remain, right? Because 7 multiplied by 2 is 14. -1 because we have taken everything common. Okay, you can use calculator to do it. I'm just simplifying it. Okay, so 22 into 2 into 14. So this 22 is going to cancel out this 7 is cancelling it out 2 times. So in the numerator you will get 4 minus 1 divided by 4, and this will make it 3 by 4. So your answer will be 3 by 4. Okay, so this is your area related question. So these are the types of questions from probability which you can get. Now apart from this, there could be any random thing that can be asked, or any random miscellaneous thing they can ask, but the idea will be same. You have to see the favorable thing, you have to see the total thing, divide the number of outcomes of both of them to get the probability. Then we have some special type of questions in probability where you will be asked about two events, like you will be given two events and they can ask you probabilities of both of them happening together or individually. So in mathematical language they are called as exclusive events and inclusive events. So I'm not going to go in that terms. Basically just you have to know that if you are asked with, like if it is asked to find probability of event A and event B. Okay, remember this term is very important. And so if you are asked about probability of event A and event B, in that case your total probability, okay, or you can write down that P total, that means total probability will be probability of A plus probability of B. Okay, so probability of event A plus probability of event B means you have to add the probabilities of both of them. But if it is asked to find probability of event A or event B, okay, that means if this or word comes in that case your total probability will be probability of A multiplied by probability of B. So you have to multiply the probabilities to get the total probability. Now let's take certain questions which are from this probability, which I have included in my course on our app and also on our website. So if in case you are interested enough and want to get the access of all the questions, we have around 50 questions on probability over there, and in the same way we have questions on all the topics. We have also provided the detailed solution after that. The solutions are not video solutions, but they are written solutions. Okay, and if you are interested enough, you can purchase the course. The course fees is very minimal, it's just rupees 350. Okay, so I hope that if you find it interesting, you will definitely purchase it. So let's go and let's see some questions now. All right, so let's take this question from the cards. Okay, the card problem. It says that a standard deck of playing card is shuffled thoroughly to make sure that there is no cheating happening. If one card is drawn, what is the probability of getting a face card? And it is also mentioned that they are considering Jack, Queen and King, which I have also already discussed that these three are the face cards. So what is the probability of getting a face card? So you know that in the deck, the total number of cards are 52. I have already discussed. And the face cards, okay, total number of face cards are 3 into 4. How I am writing 3 into 4? Because this Jack, Queen and King, these three are going to stay in spade also, they are going to be in club also, they are going to be in heart also, and they are going to be in diamond also. So 3 of spade, 3 of club, 3 of heart and 3 of diamond, so total is 12. Okay, so you know your favorable outcome now, you know your total outcome now. So probability is pretty simple. Favorable outcome divided by total outcome. Okay, so favorable outcome is 12, total outcome is 52. Just solve it up and you are going to get like 2 6 times and 2 26 times, then 2 3 times and 13 times. So 3 upon 13 is going to be your right answer. Okay, very simple. Let's take one more question. It says that two six-sided dice are rolled. Okay, as we have discussed already, like when the dice is rolled related to that, the probability of getting a sum of 7 is how much? Okay, so like if a dice is rolled twice, so what is the probability that you are going to get a sum of 7? So to solve this question, total outcome you already know. Okay, total outcome will be 36. You know those total outcomes. And favorable outcomes, like these are number of total outcomes. Okay, favorable outcomes is basically when you get 7. So 7, when you are going to get 7, or what sum is going to make it 7. So the easiest one is 6 and 1. Okay, so if you get 6 plus 1, that is 7. Also 1 and 6, that also is going to give you 7. Then you also have 5 and 2, that means 5 you got in the first row, 2 on the second row, and then 2 and 5. I'm just reversing it, but the sum should be 7. That's what you have to do. Okay, so 2 and 5, then you have 3 and 4, then 4 and 3. Is there any other way of getting 7? So I don't think so. Okay, so there is no other way of getting 7. These are the only outcomes, or these are the only outcomes in which if you add them, you get 7 out of them. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So total number of favorable outcome is 6. So probability is favorable outcome upon total outcome, which is 36. The answer will be 1 by 6. That's option number A. All right, pretty simple. All right, let's take the last question for this particular video. This is a little challenging question, and I'm going to explain quite a few things in this particular one. Okay, so stay tuned for that. So yeah, the question says that a fair six-sided dice basically is rolled. If the result is a prime number, a red ball is drawn from the bag containing 3 red balls and 2 green balls. Okay, if the result is not prime, a green ball is drawn, then what is the probability of drawing a red ball? Okay, now understand that here we are putting certain conditions. Okay, and this is called conditional probability. So what are the things that, first of all, there are two things which are happening. One is we have a dice, okay, and we have a bag. Okay, both the things are there. So when like first the dice is rolled, okay, and if we are getting a prime number, okay, if we get a prime number on the dice, then what we do, we like in that case we draw a ball from the bag. Okay, so yeah, so basically then from the bag a red ball is taken. Okay, red ball is drawn. And if let's say from the dice you get a non-prime number, in that case what you do, you take a green ball. Okay, green ball is drawn from the bag. So these are the things which are happening. To understand that the condition or the situation in which you are taking the red ball, or you are you are drawing the red ball, depends that whether you are getting a prime number or not. So that means first of all I need to find out the probability of getting a prime number. So like you know the total probability is 6 when a dice is rolled, because 6-sided dice. So 1 2 3 4 5 6, you can get 6 things. So prime numbers, first of all you need to know, among 1 and 6, 1 to 6, you have 2, 3 and 5. These are the prime numbers, right? So probability of getting prime number, okay, probability of getting a prime number is, how many prime numbers are there? 3 prime numbers, and total probability or total outcomes are 6. The probability of getting prime number is 1 by 2, right? So this is clear. Now what is the probability of getting a red ball? So probability of getting a red ball, okay, so you know that number of, you have to write down number of red balls divided by total number of balls. Okay, total number of balls. Now you know that there are 3 red balls, you write down 3 here. Total balls are 3 plus 2, that is 5, so you write down 5 here. Okay, so probability of getting red ball is 3 upon 5, probability of getting prime number is 1 by 2. Now understand that getting, or the probability of drawing a red ball depends on whether you get a prime number or not. So this is called conditional probability, and this is written as this, that probability of prime number, okay, and you write down a slash or a line like this, and then you write down red ball. So basically getting a red ball depends on whether you get a prime number or not. Now in the question, the green ball concept, or when you are taking out green ball, or if the result is non-prime, green ball is drawn, that is just given to confuse you, okay, because there is nothing asked about the green ball, okay, so that's why that is just given to confuse you. You only have to discuss with this much, that what is the probability of getting red ball, and red ball you will only take when the prime number comes in. So that means you have to, in these cases, when the conditions applies, when the conditional probability is there, event depends on the other event. In that case, you multiply their probabilities. So probability of prime number multiplied by probability of red ball. Okay, that should give you the answer. So prime number, probability of the prime number, you already have calculated. It is 1 by 2, and probability of getting red ball is 3 by 5. Your answer should be 3 by 10. That should be your final answer, and which is here in option number C. Okay, so option C is correct option. Now, because I have discussed and I think it is clear to you how this question is done, let us assume that the question was a little bit different, and let's say that the question was asked that what is the probability of drawing a green ball. Okay, so what is the probability of drawing a green ball? In that case, what you would have done, you would have calculated the probability of getting a non-prime number. Now non-prime numbers, because the green ball is only drawn when the non-prime number is coming. Non-prime numbers are 1, 2, 4. Okay, so first of all, find out the probability of non-prime number, then probability of green ball, that will be 2 upon 5, and then the probability of drawing the green ball in whole this scenario depends upon whether the non-prime number comes or not. So you have to multiply the probability of non-prime number with the probability of getting green ball. Multiply them, and that will be your answer. So do let me know in the comment section what answer did you got for this part, okay, for the green ball. So do let me know what answer did you have got, and I hope that after watching this class, the probability of doing questions for you in your exam increases exponentially high. Okay, so that's all from my side for this particular video. I will see you guys in the next one. Till then, have a great day. Bye bye. Take care.